very least, I think you got to hand it to Barbie for doing the impossible. I mean, I'm not sure how many ever thought that the plastic doll would ever be a box office juggernaut. That she, or more precisely, director Greta Gerwig, manages to pull off this imperfect but lovingly existential piece of work is some of the better news of the summer. Her film all takes place in a pastel city featuring dream houses with slides, dream cars, dream dance parties, sleepovers. You get the drift. It's a city of many different types of Barbies and Kens, but the original two, I think, are supposed to be the hot item. They're played by Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. She's a perfect girl in a perfect world, and Ken's a himbo beach bum who only wants to gain her attention, as is every other Ken. These guys have no real purpose. They're just an accessory. Only when things stop going so perfectly, it's explained to us that it's because something is amiss in the human world, sending Barbie and Ken to figure it all out. Gerwig plays the film smart. She understands the Barbie mythos in regard to the women's liberation movement and uses that for a funny 2001 A Space Odyssey bit to start the film off. She also knows that Barbie has gone through so many different iterations, professionally as well as physically over the years, and it's kind of sweet, funny notion that they all live in this land seemingly powered by imagination rather than anything real in all this blissed out harmony. The production design is great here too. It's all bright, plastic, and takes us away from the dinge of the real world. There's also kind of an almost cardboardy diorama, Wes Anderson quality separating Barbie's world from the human one, which is equally surreal. And there's nice supporting work here from everyone from Issa Rae. Michael Cera steals scenes as just this guy named Alan who lives in the dreamland, and Simu Liu, but two scenes that stand out as most poignant actually feature costume designer Anne Roth and Rhea Perlman of Cheers fame. Robbie fits beautifully into this world. She's a pleasant, well-meaning spark that seems to give Barbie Land its extra light, but also whose very perfection is preventing her from figuring out herself. Some very clever stuff here about Barbie's appearance and why it seems mostly geared towards appealing to men. It's in this that Gerwig skews Barbie's sort of misogynistic past, where probably the old men who worked at Mattel really centered Barbie around, not having flat feet, always looking like she's in heels even when she's not, being a homemaker, being, a size zero. It really focuses on Barbie being a message of empowerment as she's grown. And Gosling is goofy, vacuous perfection, especially when Ken fails to understand the patriarchy, but decides to use it anyway to bring some big dick swinging energy to the female-empowered Barbie land. His rendition of I'm Just Ken is bound to be an Oscar-nominated song as well. And I think it's more to it than Gerwig just saying yay feminism here. The people who use words like patriarchy and new feminism and woke, they're basically just trying to downplay a more complex world into a more narrow-minded view, and that neither gender likes to just be in a corner with no control. Yet Gerwig can also lay it on a bit thick. Every man in the movie seems to be either a dope or a loudmouth idiot. Will Ferrell is here. The women in the movie all preach on hardships, and America Ferrera plays a mother who helps Barbie on her journey of self-discovery, yet it all seems more like message. There's no real connection between the two. What's even more egregious is that the movie gently dings Mattel for creating a doll that represents a ridiculous body standard and for exploiting the doll for profit while basically doing the same thing itself. Both of these issues are quickly dropped almost as soon as they're mentioned. So Gerwig puts too many logs on the fire, so to speak, and also seems like she was only given a little bit of leeway in certain instances. But I liked it overall. It's great looking, it's funny, and has a more even-keeled message than a lot of the guy critics are presenting it as. And of course, it brings to life many things that real Barbie fanatics could only dream of. It's surprising to me that even under that corporate interference, this movie manages to be as good as it is. And that is the major takeaway for me, that even under, a certain amount of pressure from a big studio blockbuster, Gerwig's thoughtfulness still manages to not fall by the wayside, and that's why I'm going B, guys. But that is my opinion. Love to hear yours. Let me know down below there. Also, if you could, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I hope to see you back next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.